Hi guys, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new around here. My name is May. Thank you for joining me today. Today I wanted to talk about none other than the Demellier New York Midi Tote. This bag I feel like does not get enough recognition, and I think that we need to bring a little bit more awareness to her. In today's video, my main focus was talking about this bag in general. I want to share with you guys what fits inside. I did do a separate video when I unboxed her, but I also wanted to share with you guys what I believe is a great alternative to the Celine luggage line. So just for eye candy, I do have here my Celine Luggage Tote. This is in the size micro. Unfortunately, this bag has now been discontinued completely from the Celine website. However, we did see with the newest Celine runway show that they are bringing back the Celine Phantom. However, I do think that the Celine New York Midi is a great alternative if one, you don't want to break the bank for that particular silhouette, and two, if you just want to have a really well-made handbag in your collection from a contemporary brand that will serve the exact same purpose as either the micro or the Phantom will in your collection, or just what you need to use it for. Therefore, I also want to go over the newest fall line from Demellier that they just released. I think it was last week, and kind of share with you guys my favorite picks from there. So let's dive right into this cutie. Now the New York comes in the midi size, which is this one that you do have a top handle option for. It also comes with a crossbody strap. Unfortunately, for my personal taste, I do feel like the crossbody strap is one, extremely thin for the size of this bag. You guys know how I feel about my crossbodies. I kind of wanted to match the size of the bag. So for this particular size, if you're going to give me a crossbody option, give me something sturdy, something thick, because this is a heavy bag once you start filling her up. With all that being said, the crossbody strap is not an option that I would go for on this particular style, because I just feel like this silhouette is very large to wear crossbody. However, I do appreciate the fact that they did add it just in case. Now, the New York also comes in a larger size, which has a shoulder strap rather than a top handle, which I feel can be a great alternative as a work or an office bag. That one can fit a 13-inch laptop. Unfortunately, this one cannot, simply because it just kind of sits where the wings start to flare out. And I personally feel like if you do need to carry a laptop every single day, that's just going to cause really bad wear to this particular piece. If it is just a quick, you have to kind of run in and out of a meeting, or it's just a one-off sort of situation, I don't see anything wrong with just putting the laptop inside. But if that is a daily requirement for you, then I would definitely opt to go for the larger New York size. Now, before I dive into what fits inside and what I currently have inside of this piece, I did want to do a side-by-side comparison of the luggage tote, because again, I do feel like the Celine Luggage Tote is still a very sought after silhouette. And even though you can find it in the pre-loved market for, honestly, you could even get it for the price that the Demellier New York Midi is. It won't be coming at the best sort of conditions for that price though. So do keep that in mind. Ultimately, it all depends on what you really want. I know I've had my Celine luggage for, I got her in 2018, so it's gonna be 7 years. And honestly, she looks incredible for how long I've had her. I did use her a ton when I first initially got her. I was very into larger bags. I also was going into an office, so I did carry a lot more than I do to date. However, I do feel like big bags are coming back, and I am totally here for it. I love the fact of not having to downsize or think about having to switch out of a wallet or a pouch in order to fit into a smaller bag. There's just something so satisfying about knowing that you just grab your things, throw them inside a large bag, and you're good to go. So for that reason, I feel like I will start grabbing this one again. But putting all that aside, she has just held up so well. I can't say the same thing for many on the pre-loved market. I will try to find some options in case you are set with the Celine luggage line, and link them down below for you guys. But again, if you're just searching for this particular kind of silhouette, which happens to all of us all the time, I feel like sometimes I'm willing to invest in a specific style, other times I'm not. then I really do think that going the route of the Demellier New York Midi is a great option. But here's a little kind of comparison just so you guys can see. The New York Midi is definitely kind of shorter than the luggage tote. It's also a little bit more wider with the wings. I feel like the wings are definitely more exaggerated in this particular piece than they are in the Celine. However, there is a major difference, which I will point out. I love my little robot face on my Celine luggage tote. I know it is not a favorite for a ton of you. There's a bunch of you that are always like, I hate it, I can't stand it. And that's okay. That's all a matter of personal preference. I really just love it and I can't unsee it. But if you don't like that look, then the New York Midi tote, I feel, offers a very chic, very elegant style, especially with this little buckle that it does have here. It kind of gives me Birkin vibes, if you know what I mean. So just wanted to point that out if the robot face is just something that you don't love. And then the back of the bags look like this, and they also both have feet at the bottom, which is really, really nice. All right, so now that we had that kind of quick comparison out of the way, let's get into what fits inside, and then I will get into their newest releases for their fall collection. I did want to share with you guys kind of like a book option. This can also double as a Kindle or an iPad. And the website does say that you can fit up to 11 inches in whatever kind of electronic device that you have inside of the bag comfortably. Next up, we have my toiletry 15, and you can also fit your 19 and your 26 in here. I did bring my toiletry 26 to share, and you could fit it in here. Just keep in mind, it will take up a good amount of space. So this is what it looks like. It kind of seems like it peeks out, yeah, at the top there as well. If it is one that you do need to carry with you, then you could fit it inside, but she does take a lot of space, like lengthwise. Now I also have my mini pochette in here, a packet of wipes. I have my soft sunglasses case with a pair of sunglasses inside, a small little hand cream. And then the Demellier New York Midi does offer a slip pocket in the front where I have my Louis Vuitton key pouch at the moment, and this is the one that I'm using as my wallet. And then she also does offer a zipper compartment in the back, which is about the same size as the one in the front. It's basically this width right here. So you can put in there either another small card case or anything important that you might want to keep in a zipper compartment. This is what it would look like cross body. This is the shortest option. You do have these little tabs in order to put the hanging sort of extra excess leather strap in there just so that it can stay in place. And then here you have the option at the longest setting. So it hits me a lot lower than I would want my crossbody to hit me, but you also want to keep in mind that the top handle, it's not like it's gonna slouch to one side or the other. It's gonna stay put, so just play around with that. So overall, I honestly really feel like the New York Midi tote is a great alternative for the Celine luggage line in general. It has that kind of winged out effect. It has a really good size on the inside in order to carry a lot of the things that you might need to go into the office for your everyday, if you're taking the kids out, if you're going out, whatever it is that you're doing, she will fit all of the essentials that you need to carry. And I just think that this silhouette is so chic and timeless. Some of us gravitate towards boxier styles, some of us gravitate towards unique silhouettes in a handbag, and I feel like this one checks off both of those boxes. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a few minutes to go over the newest releases from their fall collection. I want to start off by saying that they hit it perfectly with the colors that they opted to go for the fall season. We have rich chocolate browns. We have this really pretty taupey shade, which I will get into because I'm currently obsessed. We also have the blacks, and then we have a ton of burgundy options, and I love every single one of them. Then, of course, they did give us a few accent pieces in leopard, which I feel like it's back. We did see a lot of like leopard print last year during the fall season, but it seems like it's here to stay for this incoming season. And then we have obviously a lot of textures. We have a suede, groundbreaking for fall, of course. We have smooth leather, and then we also have their grained leather options. So this midi Miami sort of style isn't really my vibe, but I feel like a lot of people really enjoy sort of like these slouchy kind of bags. You have the midi size, which is this one here, that's a little bit smaller. This style for me would be a little bit cooler in a clutch option, but that's just for my personal style. And then you also have the regular Miami, and this one was also released in a few shades for the fall. You have it in the leopard, and then you have that beautiful kind of suede burgundy shade. Let's move on to a semi-new style for Demellier, and that is the Hudson. And now they did bring it out in the small size. So initially the Hudson was released in the just regular size basically, and they have brought it again in the regular size, and they brought it out in that beautiful burgundy suede combination. So good. However, this is a large bag. This is giving me like Birkin 45 size. It's very similar to the Empire 40, is it? It's a very, very large bag, which if that's your style, that's your vibe, it's a beautiful, beautiful classic silhouette in my opinion. I think it also serves as a great travel piece as well, but do keep in mind that you will probably just be holding this top handle or putting it on top of your luggage, your carry-on. It does come with a crossbody strap, a thin crossbody strap for that matter, but it's nice that they added it in case that you wanted to throw it over your shoulder like this if you were to just run around or something. However, for me, the size that is absolutely stunning in this particular style is this one's the Midi, and I love it. I think it's such a good size, but the only thing that I don't like about this particular style, which they don't have it on the regular size, is that flap in the center. This reminds me a lot of my Parisa Wang bag that I had, which had that flap. Also, the Lady Dior has this flap. For me, this flap is just so uncomfortable. Like, the idea of a tote bag like this is just to have it open and for me to be able to grab my things very quickly and put them back in just as quickly. With this flap in the center, I feel like this becomes kind of like a roadblock whenever I want to get my things in and out of the bag. If they didn't have that flap, I would have jumped on the newest sizes that they did release, and that is the small size. I find this style, again, very chic, very elegant, very timeless, honestly, and they have it in this beautiful, beautiful cognac shade. It reminds me a lot of my Birkin, and it's actually the same size of my Birkin 25, so this is a beautiful option. I would have opted for the delicious chocolate brown suede combination. I love how they went about doing the suede, but then they also left the details in the leather, like the little kind of arms of the bag, and then the top handle as well. You see, this crossbody strap I do feel is a little bit better for this particular size, just because yes, it is thin, but the bag is smaller. And honestly, you guys, at $525, I feel like this bag is a steal. You can have so many options in order to incorporate this bag, whether it is to work if you don't have to carry a lot of things. It's also great as a night out bag, and it also works as a travel bag since you do have that little flap for additional security. All right, let's dive into my favorite silhouette, and that is the New York Midi. I feel like when I think of Demellier, I automatically associate it with the New York style. Guys, let's dive into my favorite. This is stunning. I saw it and I'm like, oh my god, do I need that bag? I have spoken about this one before, and the New York Midi shoulder, I think it's beautiful. I love the exaggerated east-west style that it has. Also really like that they did this one in that sort of leather and suede combination. The burgundy color, chef's kiss. It's beautiful, beautiful, especially for the season. And I do feel like this style in particular can fit a lot. They also have the New York in the burgundy suede mix in the midi size, which is the one that I just showed you, but mine is in the all leather burgundy. Then they gave it to us in that suede combination, which is honestly stunning. If I didn't have this one, I would have jumped on that one right away. And then we have that larger option, which I talked about at the beginning of the video. This is great for the office if you do need to carry a laptop. If you just need to carry your home with you on the day, then this is a great option. Now, moving on to another silhouette that they do have, which I feel like it's very popular. Really quick, before we get into that, can we talk about this rich brown chocolate shade that they brought out. They don't have the midi in this shade, but they do have the large one, and I just think it's absolutely stunning. Like, look how gorgeous this shade is. Oh, she's so good. Okay, before we dive into this beautiful taupey combination, let's talk about the Paris. And I really like this bag. It kind of obviously gives, you know, the whole kind of Kelly silhouette. I feel like a ton of brands have this silhouette already incorporated in their lineup. I really do like the gold detail that the bag has in the center. I feel like it adds a little bit of character to a very, very simple silhouette of handbag. Now, the Paris in this sort of smaller size, it's great for every day if you want to carry it kind of on the crossbody option, or if you want to take it for a bag, let's say when you're traveling and you want to do kind of like a day to night bag. I feel like this is a great option. I was just sharing with you guys this one because it is that beautiful rich chocolate color, but you do have the lizard embossing on it, and I honestly think it's absolutely stunning if you wanted a piece to make a statement. But as you can see, you have a ton of other options, including the leather and brown suede combination. You also have very classic colors like the cognac, and you also have the black. The price on this one also is really, really nice, and I thought it came in the burgundy. Okay, I'm not going crazy. It did. It came in the burgundy in the suede combination as well. All right, and then to finish off, I definitely wanted to talk about this beautiful shade. They are calling it a olive shade, but to me, it is so taupe-ish. So very similar to Hermes taupe color, which I feel is such a beautiful chameleon shade. I really like the suede and leather combination. Again, I think it's very chic and it pairs really nicely, especially for the fall season. However, since it is a kind of lighter sort of shade rather than the brown or the deep burgundy, I do think that if you wanted to, you can definitely take this one definitely into winter, hands down, but you can even dabble it into spring outfits as well. I feel like the shade would work so well with like cream outfits, or even with like very sagey color outfits. And then since this is a little bit deeper, it'll contrast really nicely together. You also have the Hudson in this shade, which is really pretty. Again, if it didn't have that flap, I would really consider it, just simply because for me, this is my go-to style of handbag. I love a top handle tote bag where it's just very open. I can get my things in and out of very easily. And then you also have the Paris in this color combination. This isn't my particular style of handbag. I've had a few handbags kind of like in this silhouette and I've sold them off because they just don't work for me. But this could also be a great kind of day to night bag if you are traveling and you don't carry a lot of things. It can also be a great work bag if you don't carry a lot of things. And then it could also be a great bag to take out like on a day date or even a night date if you wanted to, because it fits a good amount of things for those particular occasions. So that does it for Demellier's newest releases. Let me know what you thought about the newest launch. Did you like it? Did you like the colors? Did you pick up any particular new piece, especially for the fall and winter season? And if you have any questions in regards to the New York Midi, drop them in the comment section down below. As always, I appreciate every single one of you for being here and hanging out with me today, and I hope to catch you all in my next one. Bye, everyone.